But, I want to spend a little bit of time introducing the guy that you saw in the video and previous videos, Dr. Brett Earl. He is a medical doctor, has been a long-time emergency room physician. We're making him into something of a television star. He's now been on local television a couple of times. But let me tell you how I got to know him. I suffered a torn rotator cuff. Initially just through playing sports, and then had a surfing accident in San Diego, and I didn't want to get surgery. And so when I moved out here, I was referred to him as someone who, yes, was a medical doctor, but had engaged and developed some kind of non-traditional healing therapies. In this case, shooting my shoulder with prolozone or platelet-rich plasma to strengthen it. And during that process, we got to talking about what I did and what he did and what his interests were, and we realized we were kindred spirits. He's since been to Japan with me twice, most recently just last week, so the Japanese might know him better than you do. He's been available for these interviews, and after our first visit to Japan, I'll never forget, we were sitting waiting for our respective rides to come pick us up at the airport. We're both at the curb. I thanked him once again for doing such a good job, and he said, "David, I really like you, and I like the company. But the main reason I'm doing this is because the science of Link is so powerful, and it needs to be told, it needs to be put out there." Now, we've since had a subsequent trip to Japan. We spent a lot of time together. I think maybe he likes me a little bit more than he did then, but we'll decide after this presentation. But with no more further ado, let me bring to the stage Dr. Brett Earl.
Thank you. Wow. Have we not been taught today? I mean, everything from lifestyle to product to company. And I got to tell you, I'm sitting back there listening to these lectures, just taking notes and snapping pictures and thinking, wow, this is amazing. I'm so glad I can be here. And it's the people, and it's the product, and it's the fact that it is such an amazing process that we're all learning to be a part of, to really change the world the way that we know it. And then I sat back there and thinking, gosh, I'm going to talk a little bit about Link and a little bit about Optimed. And then I hear Dr. Patel talk, and I'm like, dang, that's a pretty good lecture. What am I going to talk about? And then Dr. Maroon gets up, and I'm finished, I'm not worthy. My goodness. So I sat back there thinking, and you'll see a lot of my slides mimic a lot of those, but I thought, what can I do? And it came to me that I need to do what I love, and I love to teach. And so will you bear with me while we kind of run through a little scenario, and I'm hoping this makes Link and Optimed very real for you. I get asked quite frequently, why Link? Why Optimed? Why actives? Shouldn't I be doing this instead? For example, with Link, they say, should I be taking probiotics and prebiotics? We'll talk about that. And the same with Optimed. Why is it so powerful and why is it so unique? So with that in mind, and again, bear with me, I'm just kind of making this up a little bit on the fly, but I need 3 volunteers. So if I could get 3 volunteers to come on up. I really can't see, so you're just going to have to pop up here, guys. Thank you. Round of applause for the volunteers. And if I could get you guys to come right over here. Yep, you just stand right here. You right next to. Stand right here. You know what? This is going to work out perfect. Nope, you are going to be right here. Because you are the kingpin. So good. This is perfect. So let's talk a little bit about Link and what makes it so amazing. It is the great connector to the body. It is a food source for gut restoration, and really what it does is it feeds, let me get a bottle of Link. It feeds this amazing cell called our endothelial cell. It's the preferred food source of our endothelial cell. Sorry. Okay, Vanna, really. There can only be one star here, and it's you. Okay, so it's going to be fed by Link, because if it's not happy, what happens? All the microbiome that's on this side can leak right in and do whatever it wants. And then it gets to, we're going to do that later, but it gets to this guy here who's representing our immune system, not Link yet. He doesn't get it yet. He hasn't done his job. So it connects, our immune system sits right behind this mast, or this epithelial cell, the lining, massive, incredible, super important. So now all of the toxins and all the bacteria and everything gets to this guy, and is he very happy? Are you very happy with all the toxins? No, he's not very happy. And then, bien enferma. And then ultimately it starts to affect our nervous system. So our nerves and our brain, doesn't she look intelligent? Isn't this great? But she's suffering from toxins. So that's why this is so important, is because now we've fed the mast cells. Did we have the right volunteers or what? So now we've taken care of these endothelial cells with Link, and what happens now? You guys have all seen the Superman pose? All right. It's very empowering. And now, if I, as a toxin, decide to try to come by here, what's going to happen? I'm going to get some serious smackdown. I'm not going to make it. And he's going to form a connection with other endothelial cells, and now stuff can't get in to irritate my mast cells or my immune system, and ultimately my nerve system. And then remember, like Dr. Maroon taught us, this endothelial cell is also critical for us to produce neurotransmitters. It's critical for creating a connection with our microbiome. Go ahead and shake my hand, like I like you. There you go. See, so it creates this wonderful connection. And all we did was activate it by giving it not only the preferred food source, but also, remember the epigenetics? Well, butyric acid also works to turn on healthy, happy genes in this cell. Epigenetic turns on all these genes that then communicate happiness to our immune system and communicates happiness to our nerve system. Can you see how this is starting to really make sense? And then if we talk about what Link does, now Link gets to go to our immune system. We know that Link works directly at the mast cells. We also know that it also is an epigenetic modulator at our mast cells. So how happy now is our immune system? It's pretty happy. And in the meantime, inflammation is decreasing. And so our nerve system is getting all the neurotransmitters that it needs. And guess what we end up with? A big, happy, healthy family, right? Let's take this one step further. Because interestingly enough, when you do the Superman pose, and everybody do the Superman pose, isn't it interesting that you can create a connection through it? And so now what happens is everything works as a team and as a unit. How many times have we learned here that it's the team that makes the big difference? They're seriously stealing my show. And I'm actually okay with that. So, to retouch on just some simple things that we've talked about, feeds the key cells. The other thing to keep in mind, and we can talk about prebiotics, and we can talk about probiotics, and we can talk about all those things, but the analogy I like to use is, let's say that you need to turn off the power to this hotel. And so you run around like crazy, switching off the light switches in every single room. But you've only got 3 minutes to do it, so you're in trouble, right? What would you do instead? Go to the control panel. Go to the main. Go to the position that controls everything. Superman pose again, my friend. Because this is the key. And guess what the key controller for the immune system is? Yeah, this guy. How happy is he now?
He's happy.
He's happy because he's not having to deal with all the garbage, because this guy's doing his job and protecting everyone. This guy's happy. Guess who else is happy? Nervous system, brain, everything's connected and really having a good time. And Dr. Maroon talked great about the gut-brain connection, that axis. And now you have a real example of how that works. The immune system, same thing. Because we've created a barrier, we calm and balance the mast cells, and now he's happy. And now his genes are activated that keep him happy. Okay. The thing that makes, and this is all done with butyric acid so far, but we can't get butyric acid where it needs to go because it's a very simple molecule. It doesn't survive the acid of the stomach. It gets changed in the alkaline of the early digestive system, and it's just simple molecules. It doesn't get through as butyric acid unless we wrap it in DexKey and Silock technology. Because then it can get to where it needs to go, this guy. And then ultimately, this guy, and then makes this girl pretty dang happy. No more dancing. So then my question to you, who needs Link? By the raise of hands, how many of you know people that have a perfectly balanced digestive system, immune system, and nerve system? And I'm telling you, that's just the start, because this connects with the skin, this connects with the lungs, the connections go on and on and on, and it all started, by making this guy happy and making everybody else happy. We're gonna watch a brief video here.
Hi, I'm Sage Earl. I am the daughter of Earl, and he's one of the members on the actives board. Make sure to get dance in there. Oh yeah. A few months ago, I started using Link, and I've used dieting, limiting diet, and other lifestyle changes to try to fix some stomach problems that I've been having. And nothing has worked like Link has. I actually had gone back to my dad and asked for more, and I had noticed that there was a huge improvement in my skin. I used to get boils and I'd break out, and I'd wear hats or just touching my face. And after using Link, I saw that it had cleared up, and I actually had friends, neighbors, church members come up and ask what I was using, what kinds of medication or diet or things that I'd been limiting, and just to use the simple answer, I'm using Link. And for them to notice that and see a huge improvement, I'd seen it, and to know that other people had seen it too was a huge compliment to me, and it's a huge compliment to those who've made this product. I support this product, I endorse this product because of how I feel, and I'm so grateful that I started using it, and I know that you will be too.
Yeah, and I haven't even started on her on Amora or Optimend or anything like that. And this was completely, she came to me completely unsolicited. Of course, the big thing that she did notice was that the boys were complimenting her on her skin. Nope. Okay, so now let's do something amazing and let's throw Optimend into the mix, okay? There you go. Guess what? It works differently. It helps decrease inflammation, but it also is an epigenetic modulator and gets him to do things that he wasn't doing before because now he's super happy. Oh yeah. And then what does Optimend do for the immune system? It calms inflammation. It is, again, an epigenetic modulator. It makes him super happy. Bien feliz. A verlo? Oh, yeah.
This is real. This, and the medical, and the take the picture in my
An X-ray.
I have on arthritis osteoporosis.
So osteoporotic arthritis, yep. Basically spurs and burrs and lions and tigers and bears, oh my.
My wife, mi esposa me dio la medicina
His wife gave it to him.
en 3 días.
3 days. So I question you again, what does Optimend do for inflammation? Yeah, there you go. Antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, digestive help. Again, it's going to help this guy. Colitis. And we remember that turmeric faces the same obstacles Link did. Do we have anything in our arsenal that might help get turmeric to where it needs to? Oh yeah, that Dexkey and Psylocke technology, which is amazing. And that's what makes us unique. That's what makes the product that you're giving to your friends and family and you're giving to your fellow business partners amazing and unique. We get the medication where it needs to go in the quantity it can make a difference. Okay, so how many of us are going to run around and turn off every light switch in the hotel? Stop. Go after the cells that control everything and ultimately lead into some dancing happiness. So, Link and Optimend, they work differently. They work together. They work daily. This isn't something you just want to take every once in a while, and it leads to some serious amazing. Thank you. And a round for applause for, I'm going to just hand those to Josh. Just hand those to Josh.